Hi YouTubers, this is video number 4, turbine build to the A-10 micromachines. Now, to build these right, you have to angle these off long ways here and then roll it off on this edge so that these turbines look correct with an A-10. Now, to get to this point, you need to have your small piece that you're putting on here. All right, this is the what do you call it, Q-tip that I used for the center, and then I use these pieces next. There's 2 of them, and what you're doing is this one, of course, and let me measure this for you real quick. The first one is only 3/4 of an inch. All right, so, and if you're doing it, it would be 8 centimeters. All right, now this one is 9 centimeters by 7/8. So 9 centimeters or 7/8 of an inch. And this is a full sheet of paper. I do believe that this is 10 inches. This is 10 inches. And this is the same size piece of paper that I used on all of these A-10 turbines. So I'm making 10 of these. 2 for each craft, 5 craft. Now what you have to do, I always take the colored side and I roll it into itself. And so now what I have to do is I have to put some glue on this thing, because I want to get started rolling these up for you so you can see how they look. And all this is you have to get this on straight, okay? Because if you do not get it on straight, what happens is it wants to walk off left or right. And so it's very important that when you put this on here, that you I don't know how to figure it. You just have to practice. If it doesn't go on straight, cut the piece off from wherever it starts climbing off of itself. Oh, come on. Don't be wrinkling like that. Now, something I noticed right off the bat, I think it's walking off. So I'm trying to pull on it a little bit to the left, which will hopefully stop it from working its way the wrong direction. Hopefully it can go on here straight at this point in time. Now let's see if we can keep doing this. And every time it crinkles, like I bumped it with my thumb and it crinkled the paper. Well, that's got to be straight. And so now I put it down on here and I just start rolling it forward onto itself. And what I'm doing is, okay, now it's walking off. All right, so you can't have that. And so I cut this off just like that and then get this to glue down good. It has to go on straight. If you don't get it to go on straight, it goes outward, either way, left or right, and it keeps getting worse. And so, if you want these to look good, like a model kit, then you can't afford to have them walk off the paper that way. And it's one of those kind of symmetrical things you have to watch out for. All right, so now I stopped right there. So I'm going to put this piece of paper back on where I cut it off, but at a little tiny different angle, in hopes that I can keep that from going bad. And I'm also moving it to the right just a little tiny bit, because this was walking off this way on the tail section of the turbine. Well, I can't have that. And so what I'm doing is I re-glued it, put it back on in the proper location, and now I'm going to roll this up again. And by keeping the glue just a tiny bit ahead of myself, when you roll this up like that, what it does is it squeezes the glue out ahead of itself. All right, and by doing that, you're getting a good bond on your paper. Because to make these things look right, you have to have 100% glued surface. All right, you can't be missing any here, because when you sand this stuff down to make the turbines look right, it'll show. If it's walked off and it's not glued up, there will be a piece that'll come loose. All right, now I just noticed that I pushed this edge in just a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to get in here with these dental tools, just like that, and I round that back off. Because once this stuff dries, this stuff is cement. You put glue and paper this thin together, and basically what you've got is you cement that paper together. It's just like laminating plywood. All right, paper is wood, ground up very small. But the whole thing about that is that when you're putting this glue on there and the paper, it becomes, when it dries, it becomes solid. And so there is what makes your turbine. Then it is just shape it and get it put on the aircraft. And as you can see, they're starting to look pretty good. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, YouTube. We love you guys. Have a great day.